Hi there. It's 1:30 a.m. on Saturday, August 26th. And I'm still awake for some strange reason. I only had about 4.5 hours of sleep last night. Was awake, I don't know, 10 a.m., 9:30. Had to get up and do some phone meetings and emailing and phone calling and fixing stuff for my family in terms of taking care of business for them because they're all way busier than I am. So, yeah, I had a fairly busy afternoon and once again did not make it out of this unit. But that doesn't mean that I can't amuse myself when I'm basically incarcerating myself in a tiny 400 square foot studio unit. I have had a great evening just watching, TV shows, listening to music, singing along to the music, etc. And one of the observations that I just made while in the process of watching a brand new TV series that I'm just totally obsessed with, and I love it. And then listening to a bunch of 80s songs that were bringing back my high school and college days. I graduated from college in 1994 when I was 21 with a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Biological Sciences, pre-med concentration from FSU here in Massachusetts. And, I could listen to music from those days like forever, really, because it's like I had a great time. College was great. High school was great. High school was even better than college for me. But I enjoyed college as well. Those were great years. But one thing that I noticed is that my brain has built in pause buttons where I can't do anything for too long without getting sick of it. This is true for my relationships. This holds true for food, for anything I might be drinking, including coffee. I'm semi-addicted to coffee, but I'm, not really addicted to it. I think that any healthy brain has built-in pause buttons in it so that you don't become, dysfunctionally addicted to stuff and psychotically obsessed. And I mention this because all of the psychotic sex offenders who live in the units adjacent to mine are psychotically obsessed and compulsively perverted. And I compare my brain to theirs because it's like, well, I'm not like that. Why are they like that? Why are they so psychotic and dysfunctional that they literally engage in all kinds of insane behaviors that I then have to keep reporting to various agencies, authorities, and law enforcement, as well as making videos about them? Because their brains are not properly built. And a healthy brain has built-in pause buttons so that you get sick of stuff after a reasonable amount of time. So even though tonight I wanted to do a 6-hour marathon of this brand new TV series that I just discovered that I'm totally obsessed with, I guess I'm not that obsessed with it because after 1.5 episodes, I couldn't watch it anymore, even though it's really, really good and I want to know what happens next. I really want to know what happens next. But I just got sick of it after 1.5 episodes. It's a really intense show. It's kind of got some dark and gritty themes. It is really compelling. It is so good. But again, I wanted to do like a 6-hour marathon of this show, and my brain wouldn't let me. My brain was like, nope, enough, stop, pause. So I did, and I did something else, got up, started like washing dishes. That's how you know you have a healthy brain. My brain does the same thing with food. I can't eat too much of anything without getting kind of just saturated pretty quickly, and like I have to put it down. It's with chocolate, it's with candy. I love Reese's peanut butter cups, and I have a bag of mini peanut butter cups in my fridge right now. And after 2 or 3, I can't eat anymore, even though I love them. They're so good. But I stop because my body is like, no, too much sugar. No, like too much. No, stop. And you have to stop. That's your brain. That is your brain on, normal, basically. That's your brain on normal. When your brain tells you after a reasonable amount of time, it's had enough of something, and obviously you do it, your brain is healthy and normal. You do not have addictions, and I don't. I'm not addicted to anything, not even sugar, not even coffee, not even Brad Pitt. right? So I can watch Brad Pitt YouTube videos for a certain amount of time. Then it's like, all right, next, George Clooney, like whoever, right? It's just, I'm thanking my stars that I have a healthy, normal brain. And all healthy, normal brains have built-in pause buttons for everything so that you do not oversaturate yourself. You don't develop addictions. You don't develop these dysfunctional psychoses and obsessions that, cause all the sex offenders around me to incessantly stalk anything that they think they can possibly creep and perv on. I mean, they're just a bunch of sick and twisted, obsessive psychopaths who literally act like tapeworms and stalk people because they have some very dysfunctional and abnormal brains. And it all starts in your brain. It's not your emotions, it's your brain. Your brain rules everything. So again, healthy, normal brains have built-in pause buttons for everything so that you do not oversaturate yourself, so that you do not become addicted, so that you know when to stop. That goes with food. That goes with anything you might drink. That goes with watching things. That goes with listening to music. I've been listening to 80s music, 80s and 90s songs now for about an hour and a half. And I am just done. Like, there's so many great 80s songs out there still left to listen to, and I'm just done. It's like, no more 80s. I can't. I loved high school. I love college. Those songs bring me right back. I'm done now. I want to come back to the present moment and clear my plate and do something else. And that's how you know that your brain is normal, that you are not insane. And if you don't have any addictions, if you don't have any criminal history of, breaking the law and being arrested or being charged with crimes, then you're healthy, functional, and normal, and you're not crazy, no matter what other people think, right? So other people who think you're crazy, when there's a complete absence of any verifiable fact to support that, except for something that's circumstantial, like you get mad and then they're like, oh, she's crazy, listen to her screaming and shouting. Well, I'm screaming and shouting because I haven't been able to use my toilet for 24 hours because every time I try to use my toilet, somebody is sitting directly behind it on the other side of the wall, smacking the wall and suddenly blowing all kinds of marijuana fumes that fill my bathroom within about 30 seconds of me trying to use my toilet. That's why I scream and shout, you pathetic morons, not because I'm insane like you psychotic, perverted, obsessive stalkers, right? So that's the difference. When you react to something in a way that most people would react to it, so again, most people would get pretty pissed off if every time they tried to use their toilet, even in the middle of the night, some psychopath sex offender was sitting behind it in the bathroom of their former vacant empty unit and smacking the wall because they can somehow see and hear what you do in your bathroom. You would be angry too. Any normal, reasonable person would have that reaction. They would be pissed off. They'd be fed up. They'd be frustrated. They might smack the wall back. They might start shouting. They might go pee in a corner. I mean, when you can't use a toilet, you have the right to get really angry and shout at the wall, at whoever's harassing you from behind the wall, to prevent you from being able to do what you need to do. So no, that's not me being crazy. That's the sex offenders around me being psychotically perverted and criminally insane, where they literally sit behind other people's toilets to hear them or see them using that toilet somehow with surveillance devices or eavesdropping or whatever. I'm not going to speculate too much on how they can see and hear what I do in my bathroom, but they're a bunch of sick and twisted, registered sex offenders, and I'm not. So who's crazy now, right?